Hey, hope everybody's doing well. Let me mute the radio here for a second. All right. Um, just kind of a quick go over the newest alpha release, and this would be version 0.10.0. And here's the build number for that. Excuse me, the build number. Not a lot of changes since the 090. Just a couple. Nothing really cosmetically. Let me move that back out of the way. But just kind of wanted to touch on a few things. So, looking at the front of the display now, you'll notice that there are two new icons here. One is the little, if you hover over it, it'll line out to a WAV file. It's not actually a WAV file. It does convert it to an MP3 file. That's new. And then your line out to sound card, which is new as well. So those two items are new. And then there's another item that we'll get to on the display itself that has to do with the spectrum scale that is really nice. So let's kind of dive into this real quick. And like I said, I'm going to try to keep this one fairly short. So the two new icons up here, in order to get to the settings for these, the first one obviously gives you recorded line out. You're currently in 0.10.0, there isn't the ability to play back that audio very easily. So that should be coming here in probably the next couple releases, I would imagine. But you do have the ability now to at least do a line out to record, and you can record those separately, RX1 and RX2. So we'll get into that. And then you can also dump those sound files out now to a sound card, an output as well. So, but again, separately, RX1 and RX2. So what I've done in OBS, which I can't really bring the screen over and show it to you because it'll start this odd multiple inside a window, inside a window, inside a window thing that continues on. But for this, and you'll see it when I get into the setup here. So let's just go into that. To get to those, you're going to go to your, excuse me, I had to think of where these were at now. Sorry, forgive me. Is it here? Yeah, okay. Let's go to the headphone settings. I apologize. You'll see that you have line outs now. So RX1 record to wave, RX2 record to wave. So if you click the little triangle, it will allow you to set the path and the beginning part of the name, and then the name will automatically adjust itself so you don't have multiples of the same name. If you keep them in the, keep things in the same directory, it will not overwrite the file. And then you have the option to set the time limit, the duration that you want those recordings to go. And once you get to past 5, it will it'll go past it'll, like for instance, I have this set at 5, so it will go back over and start another recording when it hits the 6-minute mark. And then the next thing you have is the sound card out file, which I have this set now to a virtual line out for virtual cable, and then in OBS I pick up the other end of this virtual cable for the input side of things. So that's how that works. And then you have, like I said, the option to do it for recording 2 and recording 3. And what I did is I made a directory, and then I just called one RX1 and the other one RX2. So if I open up a second receiver and I turn on, record there, that second receiver is going to have its own file versus the file that's on RX1. So that's really nice. And then to engage this, all you need to do is pretty much just click on the button up here in the top, and it'll turn purple, and you'll see that this went over to the on mark, the green, or you can slide it down here either way. So if I turn this off, this will go back to like it is on RX2. So just like that. RX1 will become active if you engage it here. Like I said, I have this engaged because I do have that audio going into OBS. So if I unmute my OBS, and then we go to a station here. Let's get tuned on this guy, actually. You'll hear that audio is in there then. So, and then if I kill this, it should kill it, except for what may be picking up in the mic here. But turning it back on, I'll put it back on the line input. So let me remute that again, so we're not causing problems here with going over things. This second, and that again applies to RX1 and RX2. So the other option is underneath the where the old, well, not old, where they had the Spectrum scalable waterfall. You now have this Spectrum auto position. So I have this set at a position offset of 7%. So 7% of whatever the signal is here will give me my baseline. And I don't know if this is a good time to do this or not, but we do have a lot of static crashes, so you will see this moving up and down with the static crashes. And you'll also see my scale, follow that as well. When it gets up high enough, you'll see that there. Just kind of jump a little bit. What's nice about this is no matter what band I go to, it will always keep this baseline at the 7% offset. So 7% for me is about where I like to keep this, anywhere from 5 to 7%. I think the default was 15, but you can, here for an example, if I go to, let me make sure I got an antenna on something here. If I go over to 80 meters, you'll see this slowly, it slowly comes up to that. And then, like I said, we've got static crashes here with some storms and stuff going on. But if I go back over to, say, 40, you'll see it'll go high for a second, and then it'll come down. So there, it's adjusting to that 7% for me, automatically. If I turn this off, you'll see what I mean. It'll stay. So if I go, let me manually change this. We go here, it's going to stay there. And then if I go back to 80, I'm at that 7% that I had. But if I move this back up, and I go back to, say, 20 meters, which I don't have an antenna on, my 80 meter antenna is not going to work good for that. But anyways, if you turn on the auto position, it'll automatically set that scale for you. So switching between bands and modes, all of that will automatically reposition. You'll see that just came back up. Automatically repositions the scalable level on your on the pan adapter. So that's really nice. Let's see. I think that was about it on this version. Oh wait, I think I don't have version 10 installed anymore, but I think this is new as well. I think that this graph underneath the filter thing now is new. I don't recall this being there in 0.9.0, and I don't have 0.9.0 installed anymore, so I'd have to look back at one of the other videos, but I don't recall that being there. So that graph is in there now too, which is nice. And the accumulate thing now works pretty well, as does the signal if you engage the amplifier, or the equalizer. I'm sorry. I'm not going to do that because I'm running outboard stuff. So, on the outboard equipment note, was trying to figure out why a lot of stuff was getting cut off on a plating effect that I had for just a slight little echo, or not echo so much, but just kind of a slight little tail on syllables or higher frequencies. Um, so I have a plating effect going on, and it was very inconsistent. Couldn't figure out why it was sometimes there and sometimes not. It seemed like if I was on a plosive, you would notice it, but if I went back normal talking, it wasn't really there. Um, Noise cancellation had a lot to do with that. So the noise cancellation feature does work very well, but if you are running outboard equipment and you're running any type of plating or something that may have an effect that lingers for a little bit, um, this is not going to work for you. So you're going to have to turn it off. Once I turned it off, it was perfectly fine. So I fought with that for a few hours trying to figure out what the heck was going on. Why does this level need to be turned up so far? And it's kind of intermittent. So um, turning that back off resolved that issue if you're running outboard audio gear for TX. So I think that's about it in this version. Like I said, not a lot of new stuff. Couple nice new features though. I mean, the line out, the line out, and like I said, this does. If it says wave file, if you notice there, it says wave file. If you hover over it, let me go back to my directory so you can see. Oops, see where that was. So in recording one, which should be engaged right now, I've got this going to Sun SDR recordings and then RX1. So if I bring that folder up, let me bring that folder up here on the, whoops, drag this over to the other monitor again. Sorry, wasn't really prepared to kind of do this real quick. So D and then Sun SDR recordings, you'll see the two directories, RX1, RX2. Here's the ones I've done so far, and there should be one that I just started now with this in there. And you'll note that they are, once you stop this, once I stop this, this should be the one it's recording right now. So let's stop my recording. Let me get this window moved out of the way and see if we can do this on the fly. And it's going to close this window down. Let me open this back up. See, it's now an MP3. So it does start it in a wave, and once you turn this off, once you stop the recording, it's automatically an MP3. And by the way, the level on the MP3, they have this set damn near perfect. I can't find any fault of the record level on MP3 when it does this conversion. It is damn near spot on. Did some recordings earlier today with a group of guys that I normally talk with. We were playing with some audio stuff, and I was doing the recording here. And when I went to play it back, I was like, "Oh my God, it's exactly as I heard things." So, kudos, man. Nice job, guys. Expert, very, 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 very nice job on the level sensing for the recording. It spot on. All right. That's it. Like I said, was going to try to make this one quick, and hopefully that touches on a couple things that should be coming out here real soon in version 0.10.0. Have a good week and look forward to another one here real soon. Take care, guys.